Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Chris and Tammy here. We are your hosts. We are hosting from Daytona Beach, Florida. It's always a pleasure to share this venture on a Friday morning. So, we want to thank you all for being here. And Tammy, why don't we share with the audience how did we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, well, good morning, everybody. At our end, anyways, it's morning. Just wanted to welcome all of you who are joining live or catching the recordings. Chris and I have been in the industry of network marketing for many, many years, 25 plus years, and have built very powerfully in the global market. And the owner of Got Backup, Joel Terrier, we're going to kind of tell our story throughout the presentation, but he contacted Chris and I, and he told us that this was almost 2 years ago. He told us that he started a project called Got Backup, and that it's going to be huge. So, because of our relationship, we said, you know what, let's have a look at it. Because, in today's world, services, digital is such a big thing. So, when we had a look at it, just like you're going to see today, we just knew that it was a no brainer. So, we got started and we've been building globally, having a lot of fun. It's a simple business. And of course, the value in this product is absolutely untouchable in the world. So that
Absolutely.
was also a big selling feature for us.
And I want to welcome Jim and Andrew here from South Africa and Jim from Canada and New Brunswick. Great to have you guys here. It's amazing, right? When you look at the different parts of the world.
Yeah, I'm
And I
from
know that
Nova
some of you are
Scotia.
going to be signing in. Go ahead, Tammy.
I'm from Nova Scotia, Jim. I don't know if you know that. I'm from
And
Amherst.
I know that some of you are going to be signing in a few minutes here, but the reason why, or a few seconds, I should say, the reason why Tammy and I really got attached and interested in this venture, it's because we saw an opportunity to empower families globally, not just in our domestic market, but around the world. Tammy's mentioned earlier, we've traveled a lot and we've made some friends from all over the globe. And it's important for us that everybody has an equal opportunity to live the good life. And we saw potential for massive growth and success with this because data is the new oil. I mean, people need to store stuff. It's all the time. So, I really feel it's time to turn your dreams into reality. I'm asking you here, folks, as I'm sharing here this slide, what are your dreams? What is it that you desire in life? What would you want to change or at least improve in your life? Feel free to post that into the comments so we can maybe see what is important to you. Here's an example here where you see a father with his family kind of showing off the set of keys because he just moved into a brand new home. This is something, folks, that brings a smile, that can really impact a family. And maybe this is something that can help you. What about traveling where you want to opposed to where you can afford to? Or what about adding new members of the family, folks? Today, people have to budget. How many kids can we have? That shouldn't be a question on budgeting. If you want 5 or 10 kids, and you do, 10 children, I should say. So the fact here is, I'm not saying you need to have to go and be busy and have 10 children. What I'm saying is that the economy should not be the deciding factor. And the last point here is retirement, folks. This is really important. We all work our entire life. And at one point, you get tired and you want to live from the fruit of your labor and not always have to chase the dollar to be able to afford the cost of living. So again, we know that a lot of things have changed with the equities investments and everything. There's so many things going on because the market is just fluctuating so much. But I assure you, folks, like anything else, it will settle. But what happens is for you individually, maybe you worry about this. What about my nest egg? And maybe this could be a venture that can feed into that nest egg. So these are just examples that we want to share with you. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, and it's all about empowering people to, especially average people who are looking for something out there. I know everybody's looking that can improve their lifestyle, that can give them more in life, and to be able to have more time with your family. I mean, that's the big thing. People work, 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 and they don't have any time. And when you have a leveraged opportunity, it allows you to create some time for yourselves to enjoy your families and enjoy the fruit of your labors. So we're here to help whoever wants to jump on to achieve their dreams through the
I
Got
told
Backup project.
Totally agree, Tammy. And I love here, Michael from Accra, Ghana. You want to basically have a new house and do more business. Absolutely awesome. Andres, you want to provide for your family like you used to. And again, it could be because of the past 5 years, things have changed so much.
Yeah.
Things are not as easy as they used to be. And again, GotBackup could be that venture. And by the way, tomorrow, folks, we're going to be doing a training on the compensation plan. We'll come back to that on where you need to focus on. So back to presentation here, folks. See, the company began in 1997 in Gatineau, Quebec. That's where it all started. This is where I met Joel when I was renting part of his server for hosting my very first website, which was a WordPress website. I mean, decades ago here, folks. And I remember Joel telling me that their company has reached the amount of capacity that they could because of the infrastructure that was on the ground, the fiber optic to support it. And that was back in 2000. And so I forgot the exact date exactly, but he moved into a 10,000 data centers, a 10,000 square feet data center, which today is paid in full. This is a debt-free company, folks. This is really, really, really important, especially in today's economy and how everything is going. It's important that we see the future. And this is exactly what it is. And instead of me explaining more details, let me share a video that Joel has prepared for you to get a better understanding of what the server looks like on the back end and exactly how secure this is. Let's watch this together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security. It's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So you can see the rest of this video in your back office of GotBackup on your extra promotion tool. But folks, we want to cover right now some very important trends, because if you want to invest time and money and effort, it's important that you understand the indicators that are telling you, well, this is a good place to invest. Let's begin with this particular trend here, Tammy.
Yeah, and this trend is absolutely no surprise to anybody. Almost 15 billion smartphones in the world today. People are filling up their devices like crazy. There's so many people today that are online, doing businesses online. They're creating content. They're creating, videos and pictures, and whether it's we're working on our laptops or desktops or phones. We're just filling things up today. And that is why it is absolutely a massive trend. AI is a big part of it too.
Absolutely. And if we look at, even though this slide is a bit outdated, look at the trend from 2011 to 2023, folks, from 6% to 60%. That's 10 times more in a very short time period. Let's look at the slides a bit more up to date, where these are the size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2022 to 2030. Look at the revenues on the bottom here. $90 billion in revenue in 2022. And now we're at close to half a trillion in 2030. And these are approximation. I think it'll be a lot bigger than that, folks. So again, these are indicators where we know there's money going there. That is the reason why we were very excited when we were introduced to GotBackup. Let's talk about the reason why we need the service.
Yeah. We call it cell phone addiction. At the end of the day, we're using our phones constantly. And everybody, they're tapping to do their purchases. I know we're doing that. We have a couple properties. We're able to keep an eye on our stuff. YouTube, anything that I'm looking for on YouTube is available, through our devices. So people are just using them constantly. And I can tell you for sure, I know myself, when I leave the house, if I forget my phone, this is where the addiction is for me. When I forget my phone, it's like, oh my gosh, I got to go back and get my phone because we need it. We're in business and we need to be connected with people.
I totally agree, Tammy. And because of the fact that we're very dependent on our devices, we are accumulating data by the second. And it's unfortunate, but 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phone or lost their data because their cell phone was lost or stolen, right? So this is serious, folks. Think about it. This is close to half a population. Over 5,700 screens are cracked every hours. Laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. It's a pretty dramatic thing. Here's another really irritating message.
Yeah. So everybody gets these messages, and you either have to pay more, which most people don't want to do today, or you need to take the time to get rid of memories and precious things that you also don't want to do, right? So there's a solution, you guys, and that's why we're here to share GotBackup with all of you.
Yeah, and the other trend is people are looking for making extra money. And GotBackup is coming at such a perfect time for this. I mean, 42% of Americans have side businesses. 62% of Gen Z, these are kids between 18 to 25, folks. What about the rest of the world? Folks, people are looking for avenues, keeping in mind that resources are also limited. So it has to be an entry point that people can afford. And we'll come back to that in a minute. So you can leverage from these two global trends with GotBackup. That's what we want to talk to you about. Really exciting. Let's talk about our product.
Yeah, this is super exciting. When we heard this, we're like, oh my gosh, sign us up. 6 terabytes of data storage. And on your account, you can have 5 additional members. And what's great with this is you can choose how much data you want to give to each person that you would add to your account. and everybody's stuff is private. So it's great, and unlimited devices. When I saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, this is absolutely huge for families. And everybody's looking for to pay less, and all of this for $10 a month. There's nobody out there that offers this. Absolutely nobody. And it also has a home-based business opportunity that pays you by telling other people. And we're just at the beginning, you guys. GotBackup hasn't gone mainstream yet, so it's absolutely massive for anybody who grabs a hold of this.
I agree, Tammy. And if you look at our competitors, just to help you there, iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, they're all within the side price range, 2 terabytes and an average. And folks, we're again, our prices are unbelievable here, right? Same price range, but we have 3 times the storage space available. That's what makes it so much interesting. And stick around at the end because I'm going to show you how I'm organized and how is everything backed up. Here's the yearly packages, right? iCloud, Dropbox, and Google Drive again. And again, don't quote me on these amounts because they might have changed a bit, but $360 for iCloud, $660 for Dropbox, and Google Drive $216. And this could vary again. And here we are just below $100, 6 separate accounts, 6 terabytes. It is unbelievable value. And folks, here's the kicker. It's more than just a GotBackup cloud storage service. There's a complete marketing system behind this to help you build your business. And we'll come back to that. So let's summarize what we have as a product with cloud storage.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes of data storage, $9.97 a month, and that includes 6 accounts. And you've whatever devices you have, you set them up. I know Chris and I have so many devices. So for those of you who have a lot of devices, you're going to love what Chris is going to show you at the end, because there's so much structure now that I really didn't have before, which I absolutely love, that peace of mind, right? And you can see it's military grade encrypted, security. You saw some of the video that are available. And if you miss a video, get back to the person who introduced you to this session and they'll send you the video. It's available in our back offices. And it's also a 30-day guarantee, money back guarantee. But I can tell you, when people get everything set up, why would they want to go back to 2 terabytes when they have the option of 6 terabytes? It's a no-brainer, you guys.
Yeah. So let's watch a quick. There's 2 apps that you're going to use. One is for your laptop to get on your cloud, and the other one is for your phone device. And this is the one I'm going to share with you right now on how easy it is to back up your pictures and your precious moments. Let's check this out.
This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these 3 little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these 3 boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And upload only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
You know, it is really, really simple to install this. It's crazy. And again, stick it to the end. I'll show you exactly how this looks like on the back end. And folks, this is the only cloud storage that will pay you. So making with GotBackup is really simple. And again, I want to remind you that tomorrow we are going to be talking about what are the best practices for you to maximize the income that Tammy's going to share right now.
Yeah, so there's 7 different ways that you can earn, and we're going to focus. That's why Chris highlighted that on the first 3, because that's really building the foundation and introducing people. And the customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short, that's when somebody sees a presentation, they're really excited, they want to get started. They can come in monthly. If they decide to join monthly through your link, you would get 200% upfront, which is absolutely massive. And if they decide, you know what, I'm just going to pay for the year upfront because I want to save a couple months of payments. I think today everybody's looking to save money, and you would get 50% upfront, and 25% is on the different packages that are available for people who want to take their marketing to another level. And the CAB for customers, it's super simple, 25% upfront and 25% ongoing. So let's have a look at examples. Okay, so let's say you have 20 people who got started. They're super excited. 200% is what you're going to get. If they decide to do the $99.97, let's round it off, $10. So you're going to get $20, and times 20 people, it's $400, which is really great money. And you're never limited to the amount of people you bring in. There's people who brought hundreds of people into the project. And for customers, same thing, 20 customers, 25%. And that's ongoing. So 250 times 20 people, $50. And I know people won't shy away from that ongoing income. So yeah, GotBackup, Joel has given us so much value and opportunity here. We're so grateful.
You know what, Tammy? This portion of the comp plan is very attractive to affiliate marketers.
Oh yeah,
because you sell something for $100 if I round it off, and you get $50. You sell something for $10 a month, and the first month you get $20. So affiliates do really, 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 really well with this because this is real. Now I'm going to talk to
everybody does well. It does it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to cover what happens as you start building a community and you start building a team, what we call the cycle earnings. Now, the cycle earnings is really awesome. You build a 2-team structure. There's only 2 places that someone could fall under when you're sponsoring them in a business. If you sponsor 2 or you sponsor 100, they either have to be on the right side or the left side. So you can see that the indirect person on the right side was introduced by someone above you. It was not you. It was someone above you sharing the same leg, because they also have 2 legs. And as you can see, the direct underneath the indirect, well, that was one of yours who benefit the indirect that you don't know of. This is the power of building a 2-team tree. So let me expand. How does that benefit you as a cycle bonus? Well, there's 2 tier, and I'll come back to tier 1 and tier 2 at the end, because the tier 2 is a little bit more than double than tier 1. Okay, so you get more money for doing the same thing. Now, the first step you want is to be active, just like you're paying for your Amazon Prime, whatever service that you use. I don't know why sometimes I have blanks but things that we pay,
Netflix,
Netflix, uh,
Spotify. I mean, you could go on and on, right?
Apple Plus, whatever. The names are not coming in my head, but you know what I mean. Those membership that you pay every single month. It's the
Mhm.
same thing here. Is you're continuing your payment? Why? Because your data is being used, and you're using a server to back up all your stuff, your computer stuff and your phone stuff. Now, the number two. This is step number two. Is you need to enroll two people minimum. One on your left side, one on your right side. When you have done that, now you are qualified to earn. But how does the earning occurs? Well, it's a cycle occurs when there's six members. Remember, two of them has to be yours, one on the left, one on the right. The other ones could come from spillover or could come in from the people you brought in. Okay. So that's the community I'm talking about here. When the system sees that there are six people in a fashion where there's two on one side and four on the other, it's a ratio of 4 to 2, then it triggers a cycle. The value of a cycle is going to be based on the company's profitability. And keeping in mind that also your rank will determine if you're tier one or tier two. We'll cover that a little bit more in details tomorrow morning. But folks, what's really important here is to go back to the concept of what Dropbox has done. What I mean by concept is how many members they have acquired. Over 700 million plus members. So think of the consequences of something like this in such a business model, folks. It's crazy. Now, the next thing I want to focus here is the 7 ways to earn. So the cycle match, well, this is the company saying, hey, we are going to reward you every time you sponsor someone. But this occurs when you are a Sapphire and above. And I'll come back to that a little bit later. But the moment you sponsor someone into the business, that person has earned, let's say you sponsored Tammy or me or anyone here, and they're earning, I don't know, 100 cycles, for example. Well, you will earn 25 cycles of that. 25% of 100 is 25. Let's say someone that you sponsor is having 750 cycles. You could be making more than $1,000 here, folks, but you're capped at $1,000 until you move up to an emerald. And I'll explain to you how you get that in a minute. And again, Saturday we'll go into more details. But look at the numbers here. Look at the ladder. And I'm not saying you're gonna make this, folks. What I'm saying is this is a ladder of possibilities, from $1,000 up to $20,000, based on the cycle match on every single person that you've enrolled. Think of the consequences again. Go back to Dropbox with 700 million users, folks. We haven't hit momentum yet. We're still working on the basic foundational growth of our organizations. So, folks, I'm telling you, there will be a time where it'll be absolutely fantastic. And it doesn't stop there. There are another 4 different bonuses. Generation bonus, you know what that is so important, folks? You know, sometimes some of you have probably recognized I have a really big side that is really doing well, but the other side is not doing so well. You know, you can earn actually on the big side now. It's called generation bonus. You get a 2.5% on every $10. It may not seem like a lot individually, but folks, as you compound that, it's really serious. And 5 is dynamic compression. It's the same thing as 4, but just deeper into your business to collect more. Rank bonus is when you reach a certain bonus, boom, you get a bonus just for reaching and maintaining that rank. And of course, you get into a role of leadership. There's other bonuses that falls in. So let's summarize, Tammy, on how simple it is to duplicate that.
Yeah, there's one thing that Chris and I've learned over the years in building large businesses globally is if you can keep it simple, it will duplicate.
Mhm.
So we have 4 steps here. Obviously, you sign up, and the first goal is to get your first 2. You register 1. Chris showed you the left team, right team, 1 left, 1 right. Super simple. Now go out and do the same thing. It's so simple because it's such a valuable asset, valuable product that people want it. You just have to talk to people. And then you register a couple more, you do the same thing, and then it duplicates from there because you want to make sure that your team members are doing the same thing.
It's really simple.
Yeah, it is. And it's $20, and that's an annual fee to become a member to earn. And you decide you want to do it monthly, you want to do it yearly. Obviously, you can see the yearly's highlighted because most people just say, you know what, I'm just going to pay for the year, and that kind of set and forget feeling. So yeah, it's that simple, you guys. And we're in 156 countries now. Super, super exciting. We've been in the industry for a long time. We've never, ever had opportunities like this to be in so many countries. We all know that everybody's online now, and we all know that if you're belly to belly and you like networking, doesn't matter where you go, you've got an international presence in a room. So yeah, it's powerful what we have.
I totally, and that's the reason, folks, where often you see people from all over the world signing in because we're dealing with a digital product and they're paying us through a portal that goes right into our bank accounts with a company that pays from all over the world. Now, here's the thing, folks: recognition is so important. Babies cry for it, adult dies for it, and this is it here. Now, I want to explain to you what these ranks means because it has an impact on your income. So, as a bronze, you sponsor one person. As a copper, when Tammy talked sponsor one on the left, one on the right, I mentioned that also. This is the step. This is the building block. So when we talked about the stages, and we talk about it on Saturday, is every time someone comes in, they sponsor two people, one on the left, one on the right. And then you are copper. When you're a copper, now you start earning to the cycle tier one. As a silver, what's happening now is someone that you've personally enrolled into GotBackup became copper. So you're duplicating. As a goal, this is where you get the compression bonus, right? The dynamic the bonus I was telling you about earlier. So as a goal, you have sponsored 5 people into the business, and 3 out of those became copper, and there's a total of 25 people in your business. Boom, you're a goal. Now you start opening up the bonuses that are available in the compensation plan. And as a platinum, folks, this is really cool because now what it is that you've sponsored a few more people, but the difference here is now you have 4 people that are qualified copper. Folks, if you just duplicate that, by default, you will reach these ranks because the numbers will grow and people will qualify. And now you're in tier 2. So now you're doubling, more than doubling the income you were receiving in your cycle bonuses that we're telling you about. As sapphire, so you're helping another person become copper. But now there's a few more people in your team. And again, it's all about duplicating the process of coppers. And now as a sapphire, you are earning a matching cycle from all the people you have personally enrolled, folks. And as you get to enroll in Ruby and you get these rank bonuses and leadership bonuses, this is how this evolved, folks. It's absolutely fantastic. Let's summarize, Tammy, with the support that's provided.
Yeah, so you're going to have personalized referral links. You're going to have a personalized landing page, email marketing system that is built in for you, which is phenomenal, and that's at no extra cost built in. And then you've got your marketing tools. You've got regular online presentations that are going on, that are team driven, that are different languages, company driven, and there's same thing with trainings. Chris and I do trainings for the company on Saturdays to help people get their foundation right, to get to understand how, the simple basics on how to build it, how to set up your devices, all of that stuff. We do trainings on Saturday to make sure that everybody is learning how to get all set up. And yeah, so that's incredible support that's available for all of you.
Totally agree. So Saturday again, you don't want to miss the training tomorrow. We're gonna focus on the areas that you need to focus on to build the team, folks. This is a product that everyone needs in a business that everyone can afford. Get started right now. Right now, I just want to shift gear a little bit and show you exactly how it looks on the back end. When you signed up, this is going to be your back office. I'm looking at this monitor here, so if my head is sideways. So what's happening is, first of all, if you need support of any kind, you want to click on this button here. And then when you're to expect a response, they're not going to email you. You need to come back to the support and follow up on the ticket. And you'll see here that there is one, you issue a ticket needs response. It's all there. That's where the information is. Now, this shows you your rank over here. And on this side here, that's where all the tools are. Okay. Now, use this tool. This is very important. The moment someone starts, you want to make sure they click here. Will they end up here? It'll give you the usage that you have. And what's very important is that they install the app that's on the computer, either for Windows or Mac. Once it's installed, it's going to look like something like this. See the little key over here? On the Mac, it's going to be on the bottom here. But on the PC, it's going to be on the bottom here. On the Mac, obviously different operating system. It's on the top here. You click on Control Panel. This is that little machine. This is what does all the work. And when you click on the backup, it just continues forever. And it does an incremental backup. You can see on April 11 today at 10:34 a.m. So that's actually just about an hour ago or so, close, a little less than that. It did a backup. You can go to your cloud by clicking here, or you can actually go to your cloud by clicking on auto login. Or you can just go on your browser and type in GBU cloud. You see, you type in gbucloud.com. It's going to prompt you for your password for the very first time. You can see here, I have 3 computers. Okay, these 3 computers here are completely backed up. So all my files are stored on the cloud over here. Okay, now you won't see this button here because I'm testing this right now, and I know the feature is coming very, very soon. But when you click on that, it's really awesome because now you can actually go in and look at all the files that are in my computer, everything in my desktop, everything in my documents, everything in my download. It's all there. Okay, absolutely awesome. Now, the other thing that's really cool here is I backed up my phone. You know the app I was showing you earlier? Well, the app has backed up my pictures here. So if I go back to my iPhone and directory, of course, if you have an Android, it'll say Android. And you can see here all the years that's in my phone. So if I go back to 2024, because that's a complete year, you can see from January to December, I have all my pictures in these folders. If I go back here in the month of, in the year 2025, January, February, March, we're in April now. Okay, so any one of you who's been following, you notice that I started with 2 directories and a third one and a fourth one. So this is because it keeps adding the pictures that I take every single month. Okay, and what's really cool too is here you have a collaborate and share. Now, what's really cool here when you collaborate and share, I'm just going to move this down just to show you how this looks. So if I go into my local drive here, okay, so I'm just waiting for the menu to show up here. Hoping it would just show up. My computer's going a little bit slow right now. Here we go. Okay. So from there, what's going on, you can see here, I have a file. Now, this can also be a local a directory. So if I take this, okay, and I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger so I can see everything that's going on. If I take this file and I drag it over here, okay, this is a drag and drop. I'm putting it into the window of my cloud. It's uploading this file immediately. And what's really cool with the collaborate and share, if I double click on this right now, I can share this link with you. And both of us can actually collaborate and share and actually see this file. Okay. So really cool. So this is something that is absolutely awesome. Usually it goes a little faster than that. Maybe my internet is a little slow here today, but you can see here that it's loading the document. That could be a PowerPoint. That could be a text document, right? And then from there, I can turn around and whatever changes I see here, you would see it if I give you the link. It's as simple as that, folks. It's absolutely awesome because I don't want anything in my root directory. I'm going to remove it and keep it the way it was. Okay. So this is really, really cool. Now, the other thing I want to share with you here that's really important. Okay. If you go back to the GotBackup, now this is reseller tools. Some of you wants to build your business. What are the tools available to you? When you click on reseller tool, it will take you to this here. Okay. These are all the links that are ready right now, instantly, because when you signed up, you created an ID and that will be your ID. It's as simple as that. Someone wants to sign up right now, you give them this link and then they can sign up on the spot. If someone wants to, for example, get more information, you click on that. And last Saturday, by the way, Tammy and I did a training on how the information that you will acquire here is manipulated. You want to go back to the last Saturday training, it's all there. If you want to do some Facebook ads, you can use these links over here. If someone is very skeptical, they can click on this link over here. And this is a free version for 7 days. Okay. So there's a little video here. And then you click on start today. They put the information, no credit card necessary. And now they will have a smaller version of this over here. You don't gotta have all these features, but you'll be able to use these tools and use the tool, use these tools and see the details for them to install the software into their back office. So it's a very, very, very simple process, folks. And there's so many more things here that are out there. The other thing here, for people who wants to evolve a little bit more, there's a VIP coaching if you want to learn a bit more on how to be successful in this kind of business. If you're looking for a social media platform, we have a Telegram group, we have a Facebook group to collaborate with the community that's currently there. So, folks, it's absolutely awesome. And it's a great, great, great opportunity. Don't hesitate, folks. If you're looking for a way to earn an income, you just need to learn the process. And Tammy and I, we are committed to present and to train and to support you to make sure you get everything you need to grow. So, Tammy, last word as we end.
Yeah, so for those of you who've made a decision to partner up, I just want to say welcome to the team, and make sure that you show up tomorrow for the training so you really get the fundamentals available for you. So have an awesome weekend, everybody. And again, thank you for joining us today.
Certainly. And if you like our presentation, folks, put a little like, give us some love. And that way it just kind of tell the algorithm of YouTube to, hey, show this video to more people, because you know what? People like it. So we really appreciate you guys, and have yourself a wonderful rest of your Friday. And we look forward to see you on our Saturday training. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.